Joan Jeffries as Marion Kirby, the ghostess with the mostess. Robert Sterling as George Kirby, that most sporty spirit. And Leo G. Carroll, host to said ghosts, as Topper.
This is it. Come to see my niece. First time in 15 years.
That'll be 60 cents.
She was only a little girl when I left here. Now she's married. Never have met her husband.
That'll be 70 cents.
Oh, here you are, my boy. Keep the change. Sure anxious to see Marion.
Hey, you. Wait a minute. What's this, Confederate money?
That's a 50 rupee note, Indian, worth $10 in American money.
Indian? Who do I look like, Sitting Bull?
All right. I'll get you some American money inside. Sure anxious to see Marion. My boy. My dear boy. You're a little older than I expected.
I am.
Say, paunchy, too. Don't you know who I am?
I'm afraid you have the advantage of me, sir.
I'm your Uncle Jonathan Ditson. How's that lovely wife of yours?
Oh, she's still very lovely, thank you.
Oh, it's been a long time. I left here for India 15 years ago. Just got back yesterday.
Dear me, that is rather slow traveling. Where's my money?
Oh, I forgot all about you in the excitement. Give him a couple of dollars, will you? I haven't got anything on me but Indian money.
Thanks.
Well, where is she? Where's my favorite niece?
I'm afraid she's out at the moment. Won't you come inside and wait? She generally does come home, as a rule. Are you expecting to stay long?
Just long enough to see that you get what's coming to you.
Coming to me?
Yes, sir, the two of you. I hit it big in India. Got me a gold mine. From now on, you're rich. Funny, I never thought she'd marry a man as old as you.
My dear Mr. Ditson, I'm only 5 years older than Henrietta.
That's so. Who's Henrietta?
Who's Henrietta?
That's what I asked you.
Uncle Jonathan! George, come quick. It's Uncle Jonathan. Oh, my favorite uncle.
If he's the favorite, I'd hate to see the long shot.
Mr. Ditson, I'm afraid there's been a mistake. I'm not George Kirby.
I should hope not.
Oh, George, if he could only see me.
Well, who are you?
My name's Topper, Cosmo Topper. George and Marion Kirby don't live here anymore.
Topper, tell him about us.
Why didn't you say so? Where do they live?
Well, you see,
That's a good answer.
George, the poor darling thinks we are still alive. Uncle, say something to me.
Say, Uncle.
Be quiet, George. Topper, darling, break it to him gently.
Mr. Ditson, I'm afraid I have bad news for you.
Oh, George.
Oh, darling.
George and Marion, they were lost several months ago in an avalanche.
Killed?
We should have let him know.
If you don't mind, I think I'll get some air. Sort of get used to what's happened. I was awful fond of Marion. All that money and nobody to give it to.
Money? Money? What money?
George, how can you talk about money at a time like this?
He says he struck it rich in India. Found himself a gold mine.
He came to bring me
Marion, how can you talk about money at a time like this? Hey, wait a minute. Isn't this the uncle that always had some harebrained scheme? Uranium in Alaska, diamonds in Africa, gold in India?
All I know is he adores me, and he's out there suffering. Topper, he'd feel much better if you tell him he was still around.
You expect him to believe that?
Well, we could do a few tricks to convince him,
That's a good idea. Scare him to death. Then you can really get together.
Oh, he won't be scared. Not if you tell him what we're doing and saying.
Where are you going?
I just got back.
Yes, of course, so you did.
Tell him, Topper, tell him.
Can I offer you a drink?
Oh, yes, I think so. You know, it's mighty nice of you to go all this trouble for a stranger.
Not a bit. Only too glad.
How's that for service?
How'd you do that?
That's...
What's that?
Tell him, Topper. Make him happy.
Oh, that's George. George Kirby. At least that's his ghost.
Hi, Unc.
Say, do you think I'm believing in ghosts?
Well, hardly. But it's true, all the same.
Well, what's that?
That's Neil. He's St. Bernard. He got lost in the avalanche with George and Marion.
What are you giving me?
Your drink? All right, Neil, I'll get around to you in a minute.
Let me freshen that, darling.
I thought I'd seen everything. How do you do it?
Well, I told you. It's your niece and nephew.
Can you see them?
Most of the time. For instance, I'm seeing them now.
Well, if you can see them, why can't I?
Yeah, why is that, Topper?
Well, you see, I happened to be the first human they ran into after the accident.
Oh.
I suppose that's why they had to be audible and visible to me.
Well, what do you know? Marion and George.
Well, that's Neil, the dog. George and Marion are over there.
Hello, honey. Hi, George.
He did believe it, Topper. I told you he would.
You know, it's kind of hard to believe. I guess I'll just have to get used to it.
You must stay a while.
You must stay.
Well, only a day or so. My luggage will be along in a minute. Come here, Marion. Come here, kitten. Say, she plays kind of rough, don't she?
Let's give him a hand, honey.
Poor Uncle.
Thanks, Topper. I thought I'd seen everything, but I can't see anything.
Who should I say is calling?
Luggage, man. Oh, this is Mrs. Kipling. I take her with me wherever I go.
Well, I hate to appear anti-British, but Kipling can't stay here.
It's cute, but that's a rather blank expression.
You're looking at the wrong end.
I guess that's it, Mr. Dixon. Topper, have you got $10 on you?
I think so.
Yes, I'll give it back to you as soon as I go to the bank. Thanks a lot, sir.
Mr. Ditson, if you're staying overnight, I suggest you find a place for Kipling.
Well, she always rooms with me.
Yes, I know, but you see, my wife doesn't know we have guests. If you don't mind, I think I'd rather introduce her to you first, and then to your friend here afterwards, some other time. Yeah, get her out of here, quick.
Is that my room?
Get out of here fast. Into the kitchen over there.
Come on, Kipling.
Hello, dear. You'll never believe what happened.
I think I would.
That silly Miss Truesdale next door said she thought she saw an elephant coming up our walk.
Silly woman.
Elephant, indeed. Oh, that reminds me. Is Katie home yet?
Not yet. Henrietta, there's something that I rather want to...
Well, she said she'd be here in time to fix dinner. Maybe I'd better get it started.
I wouldn't do that, dear.
Why not?
Well, never start anything you can't finish. Besides, I want to talk to you.
You don't have to pull me, Cosmo. What did you want to talk to me about?
We have a guest, dear.
A guest?
He's George and Marion Kirby's uncle. Came all the way from India to see them. And then, of course, when he discovered that they weren't...
Poor dear.
Yes.
Must have been a terrible shock.
Yes, that's why I asked him to stay overnight. Give him a chance to recover.
That was sweet of you, Cosmo. Where is he?
He's in the kitchen. Wanted to be alone. Hide his grief.
Oh, I get to laugh every time I think of that Marion and George.
He's still shocked.
I beg your pardon. I didn't know you had company.
Oh, my wife, Mrs. Topper. Mr. Ditson.
Mighty glad to know you.
How do you do?
The man from the animal farm's coming right over.
The animal farm?
Yeah, he's going to take Kipling for the night.
Yes, the man wants to borrow our set of Kipling's. You know, wants to check up on those animal stories.
What's that?
That must be the animal man. They never ring, they trumpet.
I just came in the back door. There's something in the kitchen, and it looks like a...
Not a bit. Doesn't look a bit like it.
Sorry, Topper. Oh, we were giving it a snack when Katie came in.
What's in the kitchen and what's it doing there?
It's eating. All over the floor. 4 heads of cabbage.
You shouldn't have fed Kipling. She'll only come back. She's got a memory like an elephant.
What is this? What is that?
Does that answer your question?
I was through. But Jonathan Ditson don't give up easy.
He certainly don't.
Very interesting, I'm sure. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, but you haven't heard the best part.
Well, you explain it to Cosmo, and he'll explain it to me. Good night.
Let's get out of here.
By all means. That 400-mile trek through the desert is killing my feet.
George.
Marion.
Something wrong?
It's George. He wanted to ask you a question. He wanted to know, were you scared?
Scared? Me scared?
He's behind you.
No, my boy. Takes more than 3,000 Bedouins to scare your Uncle Jonathan. It looks like Topper.
No, it's just a mirage.
You pair of sneaks. Look here, Marion. I want to know the truth about this uncle of yours. He says he's coming to the bank tomorrow to try and borrow some money, and I don't know the first thing about him.
Well, he's my uncle. Isn't that enough?
No. What's more, it all sounds pretty fishy to me. He arrives here without warning, hasn't a cent of money on him, has to borrow from me. Now he wants to negotiate a loan from the bank.
He always was a little careless about money.
Especially other people's. Wonder what he came here for.
But to see me. He came all the way from India just to see me.
How do you know he was in India?
Well, he brought an elephant, didn't he?
Maybe it was just 2 men dressed like an elephant. Hey, Marion. Suppose
Suppose what?
Suppose he came here to collect our insurance.
Oh, but he didn't even know we were dead.
How do you know he didn't?
Oh, George. You don't think my uncle is that mercenary, do you?
I don't, eh?
Well, I don't know how you're going to manage it, but I want him out of here by tomorrow.
Imagine that guy. Putting on a big act just so he can collect our insurance.
I may never forgive him.
Then on the 19th day came the sirocco. The sand blew at my body like bullets from a French 75. By this time, the blistering desert had taken its toll of my gun bearers.
Yes, sir?
Want to see Topper?
I'm sorry, sir. Mr. Topper's gone home.
Well, he knew I was coming. He got no right to go home.
It was very important, sir. He had to meet Mrs. Baskerville to go over some accounts. She's the bank's biggest depositor.
I'll bet I can buy her and sell her 8 times. You know what I'm worth?
No, sir.
Pardon me, sir. Is there anything I can do for you?
Well, who are you?
I'm Mr. Schuyler, president of the bank. Won't you come in?
Rather see Topper.
Won't you sit down, sir?
Thank you.
And now, what can we do for you?
I want $230,000.
$230,000?
That's what I said.
But, my dear sir, have you any identification?
Sure thing. Name's Jonathan Ditson. See? Oh, yes, and I want a small valise to carry the money in.
But have you any collateral?
If I had collateral, I wouldn't need you.
But, Mr. Ditson...
I never heard so much arguing. Phone Calcutta, Second National Bank, they'll tell you. Well, do I get the money or don't I?
I'm sorry, sir, but we do not carry charge accounts.
Well, all I have to say to you is, Schuyler, if you behave this way to all your depositors, there's no wonder you never got any place.
Mrs. Baskerville, you needn't have come here. I could have come to your house.
I come and go where I please. Where's Schuyler?
You sent for me, Mrs. Baskerville?
Yes. I want to know why you kept Topper from investing my money in the Flynwood self-development.
Well, I didn't think it was sound.
Well, Topper did, and he was right.
It might have happened the other way.
But it didn't. I trust your judgment, and I'm not going to have it interfered with, except by me. Topper, if I were you, I'd open my own bank.
By the way, Topper, do you know a man named Ditson? Well, I've met him. Did you ask him to come into the bank today?
What is this, a quiz program?
I'm afraid this Ditson is an irresponsible character. He wanted to borrow $230,000 from the bank without any identification or collateral.
Why bother me about it?
I just wanted to know if Topper knew this man. Well, hardly. Just a passing acquaintance.
Oh, Topper, where are you?
Who's that?
Buying some presents for Marion. I couldn't get any money from that old skinflint at the bank, so I had to charge it to you.
Well, Topper, I thought you said Mr. Ditson was only an acquaintance.
Did you call me, Uncle Jonathan?
Well, a party.
Well, if it isn't the old skinflint. No offense, ma'am.
Don't mind me.
Well, I'm waiting for an explanation, Topper.
You leave him alone, you big bully.
Well, it's like this.
Well, he don't know beans about running a bank. Why don't you have him impeached?
You can say that again.
Why don't you have him impeached?
Thanks.
Uncle, please.
Oh, so he's your uncle, huh?
Well, not mine, theirs.
Whose?
Theirs, the Johnsons. 5th cousins of my wife.
Well, Mrs. Baskerville, what do you think of Mr. Topper's judgment now? Introducing that madman into the bank. What did you call me?
Now, don't hide behind me, Schuyler. I'm not going to fight him for you.
Come out and fight.
It's got back! What's the matter?
Oh, Mr. Topper, save me.
Well, what's going on?
What's wrong?
How did she get back here?
She never forgets an address.
What is that?
That's an elephant.
I know it's an elephant, but what's it doing in here?
It was left over from the Republican convention. Well, I trust you have no other relatives who are waiting to drop in.
Oh, Topper, darling, you don't think Schuyler will fire you, do you?
What do you think? Oh, we could take Kipling and start an elephant act.
George, the least we can do for Topper is to get Uncle Jonathan out of the house.
And how do you expect to go about that?
Think, George, think. We've got to get him out of here before he collects our insurance. I won't give it to him. I want Topper to have it.
Well, gotta get along.
What?
You leaving? George and Marion with you?
Right here.
Before I go, I've got something here for my niece.
Oh.
$230,000?
What is it, Indian money?
What did she say?
She says you shouldn't have done it.
It's on an Indian bank, but Topper can cash it for you, can't you, Topper?
Well, I haven't got that amount on me at the moment, but I'll see what I can do tomorrow.
Well, bye, honey. Bye, George.
He may be a fake, but he's awfully sweet.
She's kissing you goodbye, Uncle Jonathan.
Come on, Kipling, let's hit the road. Goodbye, all.
Goodbye, Uncle. Au revoir.
George, what are you doing with all my money?
Oh, what money?
Hello? Mr. Schuyler.
Here he comes. Hello? What?
What did he say?
I'll be right back.
Papa, what are you doing?
Schuyler just got a cable from India. Uncle Jonathan has got a gold mine. In fact, he's got 3 of them. He's a multimillionaire.
Oh, you ruined me. It's all your fault, you cynic.
Well, anyone can make a little mistake.
We'll never be able to put all these together.
A John W. Lupton, Bernard L. Schubert production.